What's up, lasagnas? It's DylanLasagna here. Welcome to my Raw reactions for the August 15th, 2016 episode, which was all over the place, and I don't mean that in a good way. But let me just start off by saying it's good to be back doing Raw reactions, and all these kind of reactions, like WWE reactions for you guys, after a week of not doing them. But hey, it's good to relax, go on vacation with your family and relatives, for the summer, I really enjoyed my vacation in Hawaii. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, go check it out. It's always in the link below, my 2 Instagram accounts. I had a good time there. I really enjoyed the experience, all the food, all the beaches I went to. But I'll save all the rest of my thoughts on my vacation in a announcement, update video that I might be releasing today or later today, tomorrow. So, with that being said, Raw reactions today, SmackDown reactions tomorrow, Summerslam predictions on Thursday. It's jam-packed. So, with that being said, let's talk about Raw first. The show opened up with Rusev and Lana taking the show hostage, and Rusev's not going to leave the ring until he gets the respect that he deserves because of what happened last week. And what happened last week, even though I was in Hawaii, Rusev and Lana were celebrating their love because they got married over the weekend that I was in Hawaii. And then Roman Reigns came out, and then he started a scuffle, made fun of Rusev, and then Rusev inadvertently pushed Lana into their cake, which cost Lana thousands of dollars for her poor little dress. Anyway, here comes Mick Foley wanting Rusev to get the hell out of his ring because, well, he has a show to run, but Rusev ain't leaving. He calls Mick Foley the worst Raw general manager ever because he booked a U.S. title match between him and Roman Reigns. Here comes Stephanie McMahon. He wants Rusev to show some respect to Mick Foley, and basically that's all she says. And here comes Roman Reigns, everyone's favorite babyface to hate. And he wants to fight Rusev right now. He doesn't want to wait till SummerSlam. Fuck that shit. And Mick Foley announces that in the main event, Roman Reigns will face off against Rusev so Rusev can defend Lana's honor. Okay, so we're getting the first match between these two. Not at SummerSlam. Or, well, not the first match, actually. They faced off a couple times, but the first match in their official feud. Not on SummerSlam, but tonight, on Raw, for free. Even though they're facing each other 6 days away at SummerSlam. It's okay. In the main event, or before the main event, Rusev attacked Roman Reigns backstage, and then they started brawling, and then they had to be separated, and that would have been okay. It's sure, if that was the only segment between the two, that would have been fine, but no, they had to have a match, when they have a match 6 days before the event, and then, I don't know. It's did they really have to give away all this stuff just to get a big pop in the ratings because they're competing with the Olympics? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Anyway, they have a cool match. It was not spectacular. It was pretty great, actually. It's 2 powerhouses going up against each other. Rusev, was toying with Roman Reigns' arm. They were beating the hell out of each other. Roman Reigns actually managed to become the first person to actually break out the accolade using the ropes. You know how the 5 count and all that stuff? He actually managed to reach the ropes from the accolade. That's pretty cool, might add. And then Roman Reigns gets the win with the spear. 1, 2, 3. So, I don't want to give my prediction away because I want to save that for SummerSlam, but you know how theories predict that if Roman Reigns wins on Raw, even though they gave that match away for free, then you know what will happen on Sunday, and I don't want to give that away yet. So why did they give this match away for free? No idea, but it wasn't a good move by WWE, but I have to admit, it was a cool little teaser to see what they can put on on Sunday. It could be a match that will steal the show if they could be able to top it. What the show really opened up with, well, kind of briefly, was Seth Rollins continuing to call out the new Demon King, which is what apparently Finn Balor's new alter ego is. It's not just the demon anymore. It's the Demon King, because like this new Greek mythology or Irish mythology of his last name in Balor is Demon King. So it's not the demon anymore, it's Demon King. So he continues searching for the Demon King. He runs into Neville. He's like, "Oh, you're not ready for the Demon King yet." And then Seth Rollins is like, "Oh yeah, you're." And then Seth Rollins is now in the ring later in the night, ready to call out the Demon King before he gets the night off. And then a fan runs into the ring. It's like he reportedly had a knife. What the fuck are you trying to do? You can't. What do you think was gonna happen? The security is like right there. It's like, dumbass. It's like, I don't know why fans like continue to like run and attack like the superstars of WWE. Like even on live TV, like Seth Rollins was like, Michael Cole had to mention like Seth Rollins is in a trance of the Demon King. It's like even Seth Rollins played along with it. It's like at the fans like, that's the Demon King. It's like, people, do not like when you go to a live event, like especially Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, do not like run to the ring, try to interact with the WWE superstars like while they're doing something, because you're gonna get banned from all WWE events, most likely, or possibly be taken to jail for who knows long, and it's not gonna be good. Like you'll never get a chance to go to another WWE live again, and that fan is another one of those people that, I don't know, it's just stupid. It's another stupid fan. So anyway, Seth Rollins continues to call out the Demon King, and he gets his wish. Finn Balor is all dressed up in his demon paint from like in the days of NXT, and he makes his pretty cool entrance. I wish they did the right angles from NXT though, those camera guys. And then Finn Balor gets the upper hand on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins runs away like a pussy, and here's the same problem with the Roman Reigns Rusev thing. They gave it away on live TV. It's like, why can't they save it for SummerSlam? It's like, sure, it's a good way to introduce it to like the casual fans that don't know like Finn Balor's like demon gimmick from NXT, or because they don't like the casual fans don't have the WWE network and don't watch NXT. But it's like, couldn't they save it? Even though like they're casual fans and like they're still trying to compete with the Olympics, couldn't they save it for SummerSlam? It would have been much cooler and much more dope if Finn Balor came out all Demon King attired and showed to the world that he's in the demon paint. And the Brooklyn crowd would have been like erupting. Like all the diehard, hardcore, and the casual fans. They all would have been like, you know how much the pop would have been bigger for Finn Balor had he debuted that gimmick, like Demon King gimmick at SummerSlam? Like waiting until SummerSlam? It's like, I don't know what WWE was doing. Just like, it was pretty, the segment was pretty cool. The entrance was cool and all, but I just don't know why they couldn't wait. Like, just to get a boost in the ratings. But yeah, it was still a pretty cool segment overall. It's just like, I wish they could have just waited. Brock Lesnar returned to Monday Night Raw with Paul Heyman, of course. But before they could even say anything, the one-man band! The one-man band! Interrupted Paul Heyman before they could say anything. And Heath Slater wanted a match with Brock Lesnar. And he needed the match, even though Paul Heyman continuously said that you should not be doing this, Heath. Like, you know that you're going to get your ass kicked, and you should like go back to wherever you came from, because I'm trying to save your ass from getting your ass handed to Brock Lesnar. But Heath's like, no, I need to do this. I'm a father of 2 kids at home, married to my loving wife, having to provide food on the table each and every night to them. It's like, damn. Heath Slater is like one hell of a guy. No, not just from that one promo. Like, all the promos, like, comedic or not, it's like, that he put on in the past, like, couple of weeks, ever since he went undrafted, or this whole free agent storyline started, he's been putting on some pretty incredible, like, mic work, like, in-ring work, like, even though it's minimal. And it was pretty cool to see Heath Slater show his serious side. For, like, when we ever seen that? That was pretty cool, Heath Slater. It's like, he absolutely deserves a push, in my opinion. Like, I'm absolutely rooting for Heath Slater right now. And then Brock Lesnar is just like, takes the mic from Paul Heyman. It's like, I don't give a shit about your... Well, he first goes off to say, I got kids too, man. It's like, but he then goes on to say, cause I don't give a shit about your kids. And then he gives Slater two options. Get out of his ring, or stand there and keep pissing him off. Slater goes on to leave, but then he attacks Brock Lesnar. And Heath Slater goes to Suplex City, gets an F5, and get kicked out of the ring. But Heath Slater was a pretty cool man for, like, not running away from Brock Lesnar, but just going, like, straight up trying to attack Brock Lesnar. That was pretty cool. But the segment was pretty cringy also. And then after attacking Heath Slater, Paul Heyman had a few words to say about Randy Orton. Like, he's going to suffer the same fate as Heath Slater, and yada yada yada, and that was pretty much it. Not really much, like, promotion, like, and hype for their SummerSlam match. Just Heath Slater showing his serious side, which was pretty cool. Sheamus took on Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn won after Cesaro distracted Sheamus. And what did this lead to? Another fight between Cesaro and Sheamus. And Mick Foley decided that enough is enough. You guys want to fight each other like over and over again? Well, at SummerSlam, you're not gonna be facing each other once, not twice, but in a best of 7 series. But what exactly are they gonna be fighting for? It's like, what is the winner of the best of 7 series gonna earn? I really don't know what to think of Mick Foley's decision, but I will discuss that a little bit further in my SummerSlam predictions on Thursday. Am I the only one that thought that Raw was a little bit too much filler this week? Because there isn't really much to talk about this week on Raw. So let's start talking about the shitty stuff, shall we? Charlotte took on Alicia Fox. Charlotte won, and then in like less than 2 minutes. And then Sasha Banks came down to the ring after being challenged by Charlotte. But then, before the segment, Charlotte and Dana Brooke were like having a one-on-one conversation in which Charlotte put down Dana Brooke for being an epic failure for last week after Dana Brooke lost the match to Sasha Banks, in which Dana Brooke lost. Now she's banned from ringside for the match, the Women's Championship match at SummerSlam, which is actually quite fair in my mind. And they feigned like being separate, like separating themselves from each other, because later on, like right after, as Sasha Banks was coming to the ring, Dana Brooke from behind like tried to attack Sasha, but Sasha Banks, of course, forearmed her. But then Charlotte, with that like knee chop to Sasha's knee, locked in the figure 8, and then Dana Brooke continued to talk trash. It took a while for the referees to separate, get the hold off Sasha, and then yeah, Sasha's in a serious storyline disadvantage, like with that knee injury. Ow, that hurts. Big Cass took on Kevin Owens, in which Big Cass won by disqualification. And why exactly are they fighting? Oh yeah, it's because Chris Jericho tried to defend Charlotte, and then Enzo tried to defend Sasha Banks, and then Chris Jericho didn't like the fact that Enzo is just lousy guy. I don't know why these two teams are feuding. Like Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens are like, I don't know. Anyway, the heels, Jericho and Owens, like attack Enzo and Cass after the match. Big Cass gets a super kick code breaker combination for being like Cass, and then the heel stand tall. The primetime players reunited, or so we thought, against the Shining Stars, because apparently Titus O'Neil wanted to try a PTP reunion again, but then minutes later into the match, Darren Young inadvertently, like as he was being Irish whipped by one of the Shining Stars, he was Irish whipped into Titus O'Neil unintentionally, and then Titus O'Neil thought this was intentional. He was like, I'm pissed. And then as Darren Young hit a forearm on one of the Shining Stars, Titus O'Neil came into the ring, hit Clash of the Titties, and this caused the Shining Stars to win. Why is this feud happening still between the former two PTPs? No idea. Nobody cares. Neville took on Jinder Mahal because who doesn't like a good filler match? And why is Jinder Mahal back in WWE? I'm probably assuming it's just to help push the younger talent, like help the talent in WWE, like help them get over or something. I don't know. Anyway, Neville wins with the red arrow as usual. 1, 2, 3, and last but not least, we had 2 tag team matches involving the New Day and Gallows and Anderson, in which the New Day took on the Dudley Boyz. But then, before the match, I don't know why Gallows and Anderson were handed the freaking doctor gimmick. It's so stupid. And they're continuing to make fun of Big E's, like, groin injury, and they're still making, like, penis jokes. It's like, come on, this is 2016. Nobody gives a fuck. And nobody's gonna laugh at that. Maybe the kids. It's like, what are you trying to teach these kids, man? Anyway, New Day gets a victory. Like, they weren't distracted by it at all. And then here comes Gallows and Anderson later on to take on the Golden Truth. And then Golden Truth gets their ass handed. And then they hit the Magic Killer. And then Anderson has a glass full of piss in like 3 jars except for Xavier's. And then here comes the New Day, like coming to attack Gallows and Anderson. They do successfully, but then they try to hit, like, I think it was Anderson in the balls with Francesca too, but then Gallows saved him in time. But I don't know, this whole feud has been like disastrous. It's like, it's been full of penis jokes. The groin injury was pretty serious. Like, it should have been the turning point of, like, how Gallows and Anderson were perceived. Like, it should have been like a most aggressive and violent tag team. But then they're just, after like 2 weeks, like last week and then like this week, they're just portrayed as doctors that like to use penis jokes. I don't know, stupid. Anyway, I'll discuss this match further in my SummerSlam predictions. Overall, it was an okay episode of Raw. I don't know, it's a build-up episode to SummerSlam. It was kind of disappointing. It's like WWE Creative, like since the first like 2 like post-draft episodes of Raw, they've been really like back to their old ways, like lazy and counterproductive. It's like, I feel like SmackDown is winning right now in terms of the brand warfare because they've been doing it gradually. For like Raw gave it their all in the first 2 weeks, while SmackDown was just like doing their stuff gradually. But I'll save that like brand warfare stuff in a separate video that I possibly, but not, don't get your hopes up, in a separate video that I might do on like the brand warfare so far. Maybe, I don't know. maybe soon. I don't know. Like, don't get your hopes up. That's all I can say. Anyway, lasagnas, I hope you guys like my Raw reactions for this week. Kind of a disappointing episode, like as a go home episode for SummerSlam. So don't forget to drop your likes on this video if you enjoyed it. Your likes. Comment down below for your Raw reactions for this week. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on all my social media links in the description below. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for my Thursday for my SummerSlam predictions, and Wednesday for my SmackDown reactions. There we go. And always be delicious.